Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Tonight is last night to talk because the Fochi will end tomorrow. So tonight, as usual, we'd like to get some feedback from you and see how we can improve and do a better job for you. And then would like to say anything. Okay, very good. What shall we talk about tonight? Okay. This Pureland Dharma door is a Dharma door of rebirth of the Pureland. Basically, the idea is that we've been revolving in a wheel reincarnation for so long now that we forgot. We're so used to it. We're born, we live our lives, we die, and we revolve in the 6 destinies. And then, so the next body, we have no idea which body we're going to take on. Typically, we fall, and we fall to 3 lower realms. It's a lot of suffering. Lots and lots of sufferings, okay? And you see in the mirror of such places, people don't know about hells. You want to know about hells? Go visit a prison. I've been there a few times as a visitor. Jeez. Such low opinion on your master. and it's hell, trust me, because you're so oppressed mentally and physically. 24 hours a day. Anything could happen to you. Okay? And so just that constant pain and suffering. Of course, the hells is not as bad as the actual hells. The hells of the prison are nowhere near the kind of suffering you'll be enduring down there in the real hells, where actually what's really going on is you're being tortured to death. Okay, so it's a lot of suffering, so tremendous suffering. And you go, normally you go to the hells, you send to the hell, and then after you finish your term, you go to the next hell, next hell, next hell. Why is that? Because when you steal something, for example, okay, you don't simply steal this thing. And then as long as you're there, you might as well steal something else, okay? So that's why this will bring you one hell, this will bring you the next hell. Is that clear? Rings a bell now? Okay, when you steal something, usually it's one thing after another after another. So for one, you go to one hell, next one you go to the next hell. Yes, DTT.
Master, I have 2 questions about transference. Can I ask now?
Sure.
Number 1 question is, I've been told that we can transfer our merit virtue from the cultivation to our family and friends, but in the transcript of the transference, it doesn't have any place that like asking us who do you want to transfer this merit virtue of the cultivation to. So I just wonder, how do we transfer to our family and friends, or if this is even a necessary step to do, since we already transferred to all living beings? That's my number 1 question. Thank you.
Okay. They're all included by making a transference to all living beings. Your friends and family are all included. Okay. And the reason we don't transfer to our friends and people we love specifically is because you get a lot more blessings by transferring your merit and virtue giving it away to everyone without any discrimination. And so when you do that, the blessing you get back from the act of giving is immense. Whereas you say, for this goodness I've done today, I'm going to give it to my mom, to my son. And then what you're doing is you're giving not that many blessings, comparatively speaking. Okay, so what I learned at Master Shinoha's temple is that if you, in some cases, you should, first of all, you should make a transference to all living beings so that you should stop your discriminating mind. Stop calculating so much. Always calculating me, what's in it for me constantly. Okay? And so what's more advantageous? So your discriminating mind that limits the blessing you get. So that's why simply transfer to everyone like you taught. However, in some special cases where, for example, your mom is not feeling well tonight or today, and then you can, because when you transfer to everyone, all living beings, you're getting a lot of blessings coming back your way. And with that blessing, and then the second transfer you can do is that for specifically tonight, I'd like to transfer it to my mother to help her with her problem. So you do 2 transferences, okay? And then you get more blessing by transferring it. You lose some blessing, but you also get some blessings back because you're giving it away. Usually, it's never 1-to-1. You see, the multiplier when you transfer to everyone is very big, okay? So you get back, let's say your merit and virtue is 10 for your work today, and you transfer it away, you're getting back, believe it or not, 100,000, 1,000,000, okay, depending where you are, okay? So you're getting back that. And you give it away again now to your mother. So you're giving away, now we're talking about, let's say, 1,000,000, you see? You're getting richer, so you give it away, 1,000,000. But this time here, because you give 1,000,000 to your mom, you probably get back about 2,000,000, 3,000,000. So the multiplier is a lot smaller, okay? But sometimes useful, okay? And then the third point is that, what if some smart Alex says, what if I keep on giving it away, you know? I give it to her, and I get back 2,000,000. I give it to her, I get back 4,000,000, maybe 3.5. I give it to him, you know, and so forth. Why don't we just do it all day? Because that's discriminating mind. You'll be asked to leave. Just kidding. You see, you're so calculating. Okay? So usually stop at the second one. The first one, we're supposed to give it away without thinking, including our enemies, our worst enemies, Democrats. I just turned Republican. Because we're winning. Finally. Never mind. Forgive me, I forgot. Let's not go into politics tonight. Tonight is Pureland. And so you see, when you don't discriminate, when you do things without discriminating, you get a lot of blessings. And that's the lesson, okay? And then some cases, sometimes out of necessity, you want to give it to someone else as well, okay? Yeah. I hope it helps. Second question.
Master, I've heard someone said that even if you don't cultivate, still come to the transference session, especially the great transference, because it will still be able to generate a lot of blessings for other people. Is that true? I just want to make sure that we're not telling other people things that's false.
Who told you? I'd like to know, that's name names.
This is actually, I did not hear just once. I've heard it a few times. That's why I want to clarify, because just...
Let me guess, a DTT, or the Go Forest?
I've also been to WMT as well.
So it's here. And it's a woman or a man? Oh, God. Every single thing we do generates a lot of blessings. You would not believe how many blessings you accrue for participating in this. Not just you, but also a lot. This is why a lot of beings join us, because they want to benefit from this assembly as well. Okay? They take it very seriously. They come here and they practice all day, unlike you, just goofing off. And, I said to him, you asked me to do 5 minutes. I do 5 minutes, whatever you want. Okay? A lot of people have more blessings than you. That's why a lot of beings that come here, bodhisattvas, arhats, pratyeka Buddhas, and so forth, they come and cultivate with us. And so, because of their presence, we're practicing together, so you generate a lot of blessings, not just for yourself, but also the people around you who are doing it with more sincerity than you. This is why you also are getting benefits from it. You see, for example, I was talking to my people at lunch today. I said, how was the ceremony? He said, oh, fine. And how many people participated? It turns out there were 10 of us at the table, well, 9 of us, like 9 people participated in the ceremony from morning to evening till recitation, till transference and so forth. Okay? So it's with that kind of efforts, okay, this is what keeps going, and this is what brings a lot of them to come and participate, okay? And so every single bit that you do, you generate tremendous blessings, incredible blessings. So if they only come for 5 minutes, recite for 5 minutes, it's because of the power of this great assembly here, you're generating, accruing a lot more blessings than if you were to do it by yourself for 50 years, 100 years, let me tell you. Okay, that's it, right? Okay, just text Master Z the name and person who told you. Was it him? Yes, YouTube.
네, 이승남님의 피드백입니다. 관음칠 불출 동안 참선과 연볼 방법에 대해 많은 법문 주시고 번뇌를 끊는 방법에 대해 구체적으로 지도해 주셔서 영화 마스터께 감사드립니다. 그리고 그동안 지도와 여러 도반님들의 맛있는 공양 준비에 감동적이었습니다. 감사합니다. 이승남님.
Master, this message is from Iseung-nam. It's his feedback. During the Kuan Yin Chi and Fo Chi, I'm deeply grateful to Dharma Master Yonghua for giving many Dharma talks on the methods of Chan meditation and reciting the Buddha's name, and for the specific guidance on how to cut up afflictions. I was also moved by the guidance during the retreat and the delicious meals prepared by many fellow cultivators. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for your feedback. Okay, anyone else? It takes a community, trust me, and this is what makes it very special for me personally, is to be able to cultivate with you, okay, to see that you're gaining some benefits out of it. And also gives me a chance to train our personnel. Yes, there's a comment here.
Yes, Master, I had a question about, there's some different places where Master Xunhua talks about the Pure Land as, or it sounds more like an expedient, not like a place, where he says that when your mind is purified, then the Pure Land is right here. And the Sixth Patriarch Sutra has several statements that are similar. And recently, Master also made a similar statement. So I feel like this is something that Westerners, especially if they're coming from more of a Zen background, they kind of latch on to something like that and tend to say, well, it's not actually a place, a distant place. It's just an expedient to get us to purify our mind. So I'm wondering how to kind of reconcile some of those statements with the notion that it actually is a place that we can be reborn to.
So what the exact words when the mind is purified?
Let me see, I found a few quotes. The Sixth Patriarch Sutra says, like, common deluded people do not understand their self-nature and do not know that the Pure Land is within themselves. Therefore, they make vows for the East and vows for the West. To enlighten people, all places are the same. As the Buddha said, in whatever place one dwells, there is constant peace and happiness. Or Master Xunhua, he said similar. He's talking about the Pure Land. Since it's right in our hearts, we say it is not hundreds of thousands of millions of Buddha lands from here. The land of ultimate bliss is the original true heart, the true mind of every one of us. If you obtain this heart, you will be reborn to the land of ultimate bliss. That still sounds like it's...
Okay, and where did I say that your pure land, your pure mind is the Pure Land?
I don't remember your words. Recently you said something like that ultimately what you're talking about how Chan and Pure Land are the same, and I think you said the Buddha is mind, or mind is Buddha. And you also said that you normally don't talk like this because it confuses people.
Okay.
And I mean, I think your general statement about this is that it's like a higher level teaching that we can't understand.
Right.
But I did want to bring it up because I feel like, especially if we're trying to reach more Westerners, it's the kind of thing that they really latch onto and that makes sense, to them. So I'm wondering how to reconcile these types of statements with.
Okay, DTT has the answer. Oh, yeah.
답은 아니고 마스터께서 며칠 전에 설명하셨던 부분을 제가 기억나서 대답을 하는 거고요. 네.
Master, it's not an answer, but I remember what you mentioned about.
일단 마스터께서는 선과 정토가 동등하다고 하지 않으셨어요. 정토를 가르치기 위해서 선을 먼저 가르친다고 하셨었고요. 그런 관련된 법문은 2번, 3번 정도 그동안 반복됐던 걸로 기억하고 있어요. 네.
Master, you didn't say Chan and Pure Land are same. You said first you will teach Chan, and that's later you will teach Pure Land. And I think this content was repeated 2 or 3 times before.
그리고 또 제가 기억하는 최근의 법문으로는 마스터께서는 정토를 이해시키기 위해서 시간 낭비하지 않겠다고 하셨어요. 사람이 죽고 나서 49일 동안의 고통을 겪어보면 오히려 살아있는 사람에게 정토를 설득하는 것보다 더 빠른 길이라고 하셨었어요. 네.
And then I remember recent Dharma talk, you said you're not going to waste your time. And it's 49 days is the critical because it's much easier to convince deceased one rather than a live one to explain about Pure Land.
이상입니다.
Okay, now I'm confused. What did I say exactly? Okay. Of course, when you learn Buddhism, there's so many sources of great teachings. And these teachers, they teach different things. Yes, go for us.
Amitabha Master, I have tried to answer the question from Thomas about Pureland is in your mind and it's not a physical place. It's in the sutra, Buddha shows the queen, the Vidahi, that the queen, because she's her son tried to kill his father, tried to kill the king, and then also tried to kill her, and then she feels very sad and doesn't want to stay in this Saha world, and then said she told Buddha that she want to go away from this Saha world, and then Buddha showed her that she can wish to be born to the Buddha land, the Amitabha Buddha, and then Buddha showed the queen with his spiritual power. Buddha showed the queen the Amitabha Buddha land, and also in the contemplate Amitabha Buddha Sutra, Sakyamuni Buddha described very clearly how the Buddha land, Amitabha Buddha land, is up there with very much details, how the land and the castle and everything. So when people are confused and learn a little bit of chant, a little bit of sutra, and then the master also very confused and talk not very clearly. So I think we should return back to the source, which is the sutra, and learn about that instead of saying that the Buddha land is in your mind and it's not a physical place. I think it's very, very not accurate.
Thank you for the input. Anyone else would like to help out? By the way, this is written in sutras. I'm glad that he quoted the Pureland sutras. It turns out that the early people who went to the Pureland were actually Indians, and that's why they have very good Indian restaurants there. Okay. All right. Excellent Indian restaurants, I might add. 3-star Michelin stars, yeah. Okay, so what's going on? Okay. When the sixth patriarch was teaching it, he was teaching people who are enlightened. He was teaching the Pureland, the Sutton teaching, which is also part of the Pureland Dharma. And therefore, for that particular person, for those particular people, he taught the Dharma because he felt it was good for them to hear it. Okay, usually these people are enlightened. That's why he talks like that. Okay. As far as Master Shewa talking about it, that you quoted him, I feel that I don't understand that why he would speak like that, because it didn't help his disciples. His disciples are not at the level that they could understand that. Okay, and therefore, when you study Buddhism, you read these sutras. They have many, many levels. You could read the same thing from the Sixth Patriarch Sutra, but I would explain it to you differently depending on your level. It's not. So this is the superior aspect of the Buddha Dharma. If you are at a Westerner level, I would explain it differently. I would not go into the Pure Land is right here in your mind and so forth, because the mind that the English word refers to, seen there, it comes from sin, from Chinese character, is not the way you think. Okay, so when the Sixth Patriarch used the word sin to talk to his students, that sin there is he's referring to the mind of his very advanced students. But it's not something that you can understand. Okay, and that's why when I explain, I gloss over that as well, because I look at you and say, I can't explain this to you. So there's no point in me wasting time on that. And when you quoted Master Xunhua, again, I don't see any of his disciples who are at the level who can understand it. Okay, not even them. And therefore, you have to be careful as not to quote the wrong stuff to Westerners. Okay. Now, what if the Westerners happen on this text? And they say, since the Pure Land is here, why bother go to the Pure Land? That's not just Westerners, but also a lot of Vietnamese monks I heard of, I know about, and a lot of people who would distort that teaching. It's sacrilegious, by the way. If you are a monk and you talk like that, it's not good for you. Trust me. Okay? I don't think you make it to the Pure Land at all, because you're poisoning people's minds. Okay, so what can we do for Westerners? If they hear about these things, they quote these things, they say, oh, it's at the talking, he's explaining to a different set of disciples. These are enlightened beings, meaning they have wisdom that you don't have. And when with these people who have wisdom that not much different level than you, then they receive different kinds of teachings. Don't go there. That's all. And for you, since at your levels, which is the majority of you, the overwhelming majority of you, including myself, okay, I don't know about the true mind, the Pure Land, and so forth. Okay, if I do, it's not something that applies to you. But personally, I can tell you what I like to do after I'm dead. I'd like to go to the Pure Land. Okay? Guess where Master Xunhua is? You guessed it. Yes, DTT.
마스터, 예전에 마스터께서, 다른 경전은 법을 청하는 법청자가 있는데, 아미타경만 법을 청하는 사람이 없다고 설명하셨었어요. 네.
Master, I remember before that there's always someone requests Dharma talk for other sutra, but not for the Sutra of Buddha's teaching on Amitabha.
근데 이제 법을 청하는 이가 없음에도 불구하고 부처님 설명을 하신 게 중생들이 어리석고 또 자비심으로 그렇게 설명을 하셨다. 일단 저는 거기까지 기억을 하고 있고요. 네.
Although there is no requester for the Dharma talk, but Buddha feels sorry for the living beings, and with the compassion, he was able to explain.
근데 제 질문은 뭐냐면 선과 정토를 가르치기 전에 선을 먼저 가르치신다고 하셨는데 얼뜻 보면 선과 정토는 전혀 다른 성격의 수행 같거든요. 오히려 선은 좀 약간 논리적이고 또 측정이 가능하고 산매를 한번 끊을까요, 세라님? 아 그래요? 네. 그런데 이제 그 반면에 정토는 마치 그 크리스찬의 그런 기독교에 있는 그런 천국처럼 오로지 믿음으로 들어가야 되고 죽고 나서 거기에 도달해서 증명이 되는 거잖아요. 참선 같은 경우는 진전을 한다든지 산매를 볼 수 있는 거와 같이 다르게. 네.
So, Master, I have a question. When I look at Chan and Pureland Dharma, I could see there's a different characteristics. For example, Chan, you can measure, like there's a samadhi levels, and it's more logical. Pureland, I guess we could compare to the Christian's heaven. You need a faith, and only way to prove is after death.
그래서 제 질문은 혹시 정토를 가르치기 전에 선을 먼저 가르치시는 게 저희가 정토를 이해하는데 복과 지혜가 부족하기 때문인 건지가 제 질문이었어요. 네.
The reason you're teaching Chan first, is it because we're lacking wisdom and blessings? Thank you.
You're right. Okay, so the point here is that you yourself is not at the level that you can answer those objections either. My students are being trained to answer those objections, those types of questions. You not. Okay, so meaning that when such people raise those questions, raise those objections, refer them to the Sangha who are trained to answer such questions. And they'll be better at answering those questions. Okay? And finally, in Buddhism, what I go by is look at the people I know, I admire. You don't do that. You only look at yourself. You're number one. You listen to yourself first, okay, above anyone else. I don't do that. I follow the people I know who are wiser than me, such as masteryonghua, such as Manjushri Bodhisattva, such as Guanyin Bodhisattva, such as Great Strength Bodhisattva, and so forth. Okay, what do they teach? They teach. They say that we should all go to the Pure Land. Even Manjushri Bodhisattva, who has the highest level of wisdom among the Bodhisattvas, he himself says, I want to go to the Pure Land. Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land. And therefore, that's who I know. You know, the Buddha, I haven't seen the Buddha yet. I haven't seen a God yet, for that matter. But if I met this guy, this short monk called masteryonghua, and I have so much respect for him because of the way he lived his life, how he benefited a lot of people, he says, I'm going to the Pure Land. Okay? I believe it. Now I see he's in the Pure Land. I believe it even more. Who am I? I'm not wiser than him. If he says it's the best place for him, I'm also believe it's the best place for me as well. All the Mahasattvas teach that. They said, you should all go to the Pure Land. And they're right. I agree with them, 100%. Okay? So this is the Buddhist teachings in the Pure Land, Dharma door. Okay? If you really understand Pure Land Buddhism, you would never, ever say that you're coming back. Just to give you an idea of how to recognize who understands the Pure Land Dharma door and who doesn't. Okay, you really understand the Dharma door, you say the exact same thing as Manjushri Bodhisattva, do the same exact thing as Master Shenhua. They go into the Pure Land. Because they do it by example, they teach by example. It's the best thing for them, best place for them after death. And therefore, it must be the best place for us as well. Okay, that's right there is the lesson. Only, again I repeat for you, for your sake, it's always more impressive for you to say, I'm so attached to you. I make a vow, I will keep on coming back to this world until I save you. Okay? It sounds good, it's good marketing, it's good punchline, it's good advertising clips for you as a career, as a monk, as a teacher. But it shows that you really are full of crap. You don't understand anything. Very much like people. Let me put it blunt with you. People in our world who understand, people who practice Chan, who understands Chan, and who are enlightened, would never, ever say that they are enlightened. Never. Only stupid people would do that. That's why you recognize people who are stupid right away. They say, I'm enlightened. Okay? Anyone else? Yes, 5.
Thank you, Master. Two feedbacks. First from me and then one from YouTube. First of all, I just wanted to say, Master, thank you so much during the Dharma talk yesterday for talking about pure conduct. I found that very, I don't know if affinity is the right word, but I found it very touching to learn about that, and I'm really thankful that you spoke to some details. And if it's possible in future Dharma talks, if that can come back up, I would really look forward to that.
Okay.
Then from YouTube, Malcolm writes, sorry, I know this is feedback for Fochi, but sharing about last week at the Guanyin Shi. Hello, Master. I wanted to share about Guanyin Shi. Around midday, I was able to recite with focus and drop everything. It seemed like nothing mattered, so thanks to you, all Sangha, and everyone. Amitofo.
Very good. During Guanyin Shi, and after that he disappeared? Okay. Very good. You see, you all get responses, okay, and we appreciate your feedback. It helps us confirm for us, and helps a lot of people, especially newcomers. Okay. So, and confirmation for us, it's helpful to you. The Dharma works. No more questions? Yes, Evan.
Dạ thưa Thầy, con muốn nói thêm về pháp môn tịnh độ. Trước tiên là con cảm ơn Thầy. Những ngày Phật thất này Thầy đã giảng những cái bài pháp thoại về pháp môn tịnh độ rất là tuyệt vời. Con nghe mà cũng cảm động. Và con cũng muốn nói thêm về pháp môn tịnh độ là con đọc trong kinh Vô Lượng Thọ có cái câu của phẩm 47, có câu là biển trí tuệ Như Lai sâu rộng. Con đọc trong kinh Vô Lượng Thọ phẩm thứ 7, phẩm 47, là biển trí tuệ Như Lai sâu rộng, chỉ Phật cùng Phật mới hay biết. Kiêu ác giải đãi cùng tà kiến, khó tin pháp vi diệu Như Lai, như người mù. Chỉ Phật cùng Phật mới hay biết. Kiêu ác giải đãi cùng tà kiến. Kiêu ác giải đãi cùng tà kiến, khó tin pháp vi diệu Như Lai. Như người mù đi trong đêm tối, hằng đi trong đêm tối, không thể mở đường cho kẻ khác. Và trong cái kinh A Di Đà, cái phần cuối cùng Đức Phật cũng có nói là Ngài ngợi khen công đức của tất cả chư Phật ở 10 phương, 6 phương Phật, và tất cả chư Phật cũng ngợi khen công đức của ta, là nói là Đức Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni ở tại thế gian này, ngũ trượt ác thế, kiến trượt, kiếp trượt, phiền não trượt, chúng sanh trượt, mạt trượt trung, mà Ngài có thể lập ra cái pháp môn tịnh, có thể giảng nói những cái pháp môn tịnh độ mà khó tin này để cho chúng sanh nghe để mà thực hành sau này. Vì thế cái pháp môn tịnh độ này rất là khó tin. Nếu mà người không đủ duyên thì không thể nào tin được. Và cái người con nói kịp không Hùng? Dạ, vì thế cái người mà nếu mà không có tin cái pháp của Đức Phật nói á, thì họ không thể nào họ bước vào pháp môn tịnh độ này được hết. Và cũng như là con thấy là cái pháp môn tịnh độ này rất là vi diệu, là tại vì Đức Phật nói là mình muốn về tịnh độ mình phải có tín, nguyện, hạnh. Ba cái này phải đi chung thì mới được hoàn hảo để mà về tịnh độ. Nếu mà người không tin Đức Phật Thích Ca nói, tại vì cái pháp này là từ kim ngôn của Đức Phật Thích Ca Mâu Ni nói ra, mà nếu mình không tin, không nghĩ là có thế giới ở cực lạc nơi đó thì mình không thể về được. Cũng giống như con nghĩ là Đức Phật nói hằng hà sa số thế giới không thể tính đếm được, thì tại sao cái thế giới cực lạc có mà mình không tin? Tất nhiên là phải có, là Đức Phật mới nói. Vì thế con tin 100%. Dạ, Nam Mô A Di Đà Phật.
Hello, Amitabha Master. I just wanted to say more about the Pureland Dharma talk. First of all, I would like to appreciate your Dharma talk that you've been giving to us for these many days during the Forties. It's very inconceivable, and I'm very touched by your Dharma talk. And also, I would like to share in the Infinite Life Sutra, which is the long Amitabha Sutra. In chapter 47, there's several verses which say that the oceans of wisdom of the Thus Come One is very deep and profound. Only the Buddha understand what it is. Those who are arrogant, evil, lazy will not be able to bring forth the belief, the faith. The Dharma the wonderful Dharma of the Thus Come One is like for those blind go into the dark, walk in the dark. You cannot show the path for others. You cannot walk the path for others. So in Amitabha Sutra, at the last part, the Buddha of the 10 directions praised the merit and virtue of Shakyamuni Buddha. Just like there's a verse saying that Shakyamuni Buddha in the 5 turbidity world, which is Kalpa turbidity, view turbidity, lifespan turbidity, living being turbidity, and view turbidity, that he, in this 5 turbidity, he opened the Pure Land and showed Amitabha Buddha Pure Land for living being. Therefore, this Dharma is very hard to believe. If they don't believe in the Buddha Dharma, then there's no way that they can walk into the Pure Land Dharma door. And just like what I see in the Pure Land Dharma door is very inconceivable and wonderful, saying that if you wanted to rebirth to the Western Bliss Pure Land, you have to have 3 things. First is faith, vow, and practices. Then if you have those 3, you have a chance to rebirth to the Pure Land. So this is the golden word from Shakyamuni Buddha. If we cannot believe it, we cannot be able to go there. And also another fact is there's infinitely many worlds in this universe, but the Buddha chose to point out Amitabha Buddha lands. So if that Amitabha Buddha land does not exist, the Buddha would not say so and show us.
Okay, thank you for your input. Yes, DTT.
A Di Đà Phật, cái câu thứ nhất mà trả lời cái thầy hiện giới hỏi cái tâm tịnh, thế giới tịnh đó, thì ngày đó Ngài dạy cho các vị thánh tăng với mấy vị người giỏi, chứ còn mấy người được thanh tịnh mà để được an ổn. Mà Đức Phật có dạy mình là cái cõi này mình ở đó giống như cái nhà lửa đang cháy á. Phiền não nó đốt mình, tham sân si, tất cả phiền não, nạn tai đốt mình còn như cái nhà đang cháy á. Mình phải chạy ra thoát khỏi cái cõi ta bà này, không muốn ở đây nữa. Tại cái nghiệp mình lỡ rồi thì Phật Thích Ca tới dạy mình phải chạy ra. Thì có 2 cách tu. Thứ nhất là tu theo từ A-la-hán lên sơ quả, nhị quả, A-la-hán lên tới nhất địa, thập địa, đẳng giác thành Phật. Thì mấy ai làm được cái đó. Mình sống 100 năm thôi. Rồi cách thứ hai là cái cõi của mình rất là yếu ớt, cho nên Đức Phật mới dạy cái pháp môn khác là Tịnh Độ Tông. Từ cái người ngu muội nhất, nghiệp chướng nặng nhất, nếu phát lòng tin như cái cô Lisa Phạm mới nói đó, chỉ có lòng tin, phát lòng tin và phát nguyện rồi thực hành, thì cái người ngu dốt nhất cũng niệm được. Chỉ cần phát cái lòng niệm danh hiệu của Ngài thôi thì vãng sanh. Thì cái bằng chứng là hồi tôi còn cư sĩ đó, tôi đi dự pháp hội của thầy Hằng Trường. Thầy Hằng Trường kể là một lần đang giảng pháp bên Đài Loan á, Hòa Thượng Niên Hóa đang giảng pháp thì mấy thầy ngồi xung quanh cũng đông lắm trên cái bàn đó. Thì được điện thoại bên Vạn Mặt Thành gọi qua là cái bà nấu bếp nó chết rồi. Thì Hòa Thượng ngưng giảng khoảng chừng 5 phút đó. Xong Hòa Thượng quay rồi nói bà giảng sanh rồi. Thì Hòa Thượng đâu thể nào nói láo. Chúng ta biết uy tín Hòa Thượng rồi. Bằng chứng là tôi tiệc thực 3 lần. Năm thứ nhất 9 ngày, năm thứ nhì 18 ngày, năm thứ ba 27 ngày. Mà Ngài Chương Quá chết rồi 10 năm tôi mới biết Vạn Mặt Thành. Thì không thể nào nói vô tưởng tượng mà biết Hòa Thượng Niên Hóa hết á. 10 năm sau tôi lần nào thiệt thực rồi cuối cái kỳ thiệt thực là Hòa Thượng Niên Hóa tới dạy, tới làm một cái gì đó dạy tôi. Thì vậy là Hòa Thượng Niên Hóa đâu có phải là nói láo. Cho nên mình tin cái lời dạy của Hòa Thượng. Hòa Thượng nói cái bà già đã giảng sanh rồi. Nói công khai trước bàn giảng pháp vậy đó. Nếu không có thì sao Hòa Thượng nói vậy? Bằng chứng thứ hai là khi tôi 31 tuổi, chiến tranh Việt Nam chấm dứt, tôi để vô tù. Vì tôi là trong quân đội. Thì tôi biết trong chiến tranh hai bên gặp nhau là giết nhau không thương tiếc. Tôi không giết anh cũng giết tôi. Thì bây giờ Mỹ chạy rồi, vợ sợ về họ không giết mình. Cho nên tôi không còn con đường nào khác hết á. Tôi chỉ niệm Nam Mô về Phật 10 lần như vậy tôi ngủ. Thì 3 sáng sau tôi thấy vị Phật thân vàng rồng tới lấy y trùm lên tôi. Vậy có hay không? Và từ đó tới giờ là liên tục tôi được dạy dỗ cho tới giờ phút này. Ngay cả bữa nay pháp hội này cũng có dạy nữa. Cho nên có 2 môn, một môn là tự lực, đi từ A-la-hán sơ quả lên tới thập địa đẳng giác. Bên đây thì mình đi tắt, đi qua cái đường Đức Phật biết mình làm không nổi, mới dạy mình tu pháp môn tịnh độ. Lên kia A Di Đà dạy, trong kinh Di Đà quý vị thấy đó, giảng sanh lên là tối thiểu là đắc A-la-hán thôi. Đức Phật dạy là hằng hà sa số, mà cái người nào đắc lên giảng sanh là được A-la-hán. Đường tắt, Đức Phật Bổn Sư thương mình mới giới thiệu cái cảnh đó cho mình. Tôi xin hết.
Hello, Master. I would like to talk more about the Pureland Dhamma. First, to answer Venerable Shinche a question, there's a verse saying, when the mind is pure, the world is pure. So this phrase is Venerable Huay Neng teach. He's trying to teach the sagely Sangha and those who have wisdom. So how many people would be able to attain such? Shakyamuni Buddha teaches us that this land is like a burning house. We are constantly burned with our greed, anger, and stupidity. So he created a device trying to tell us, you need to escape, you need to run out of this house. We are constantly burned by our karma. So you need to run out of the house first. So there's 2 ways to do so. First is you can cultivate gradually from first state arhat, second state arhat, all the way to first ground bodhisattva to 10th ground and go to equal enlightenment and wonderful enlightenment. Second way to do it is for those who lack of blessings. He also devised a experience to help those who are confused. He said that if you have enough faith, you should make a vow to rebirth to the Pure Land. I have a proof is that when I was a lay person, I attended the Dharma assembly of Venerable Heng Chang, and he related a story when Master Shenhua was alive. He was able to attend with Master Shenhua to his Dharma talk in Taiwan, and all of a sudden, when he was speaking the Dharma, there was a phone call from the CTDBs, call him and saying that the ladies working in the kitchen just passed away. So Master Shenhua stopped the Dharma talk for 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, he said that lady rebirthed to the Pure Land already. So even Master Shenhua himself was, if you believe in him, he's still alive, he said those words, that must be true. So I myself, when I was fasting, first time is 7 days, then 13 days, and 37 days. 27 days. Every time I fast, I saw Master Shenhua come and teach me something. And I know myself that Master Shenhua never speak false, speak lies. So if Master Shenhua openly, publicly say that to Dharma assembly, that must be the truth. Second, when I was 31 years old, I participated in Vietnam War, and toward the end of the war, I was put into the prison camp, concentration camp, And at that, I understand that the Vietnam War, you kill a lot without mercy. There's no way I can do anything. Now I was put in the prison, so each night I recite the Buddha's name 10 times. After 3 months, I dreamed of Amitabha Buddha getting his sash to cover me. And so since that night, I was be able to be taught by the Buddha all the way until now. Today, I also being taught as well. So therefore, there's 2 ways you can cultivate. First is by your own power. You can go from arhat all the way to 10 ground. Second is using others' power, others' help. If you cannot do it by yourself, try your best to rebirth to the Pure Land. The Buddha taught us that, and there's many ways when a lot of living beings rebirth to the Pure Land, and they also attain arhatship, and this is a short way to go about. So that's all I wanted to share.
Okay, thank you for your input. Anyone else would like to say anything? Share your wisdom. Okay, very good. My attitude is that I'm not trying to convince you to believe. I have no interest in convincing you at all. You don't believe? You don't believe. It would be a mistake for you to have this attitude, like many monks and nuns, many Buddhist disciples in general. They try to get others to believe. There's no need for that at all. Why is it important to me that you believe? Whether you believe or you don't believe, frankly, my dear, you know the rest of the quote. Okay? You Asian wanted the rest of the quote? I don't give a damn. This is a problem I see with monks and nuns and you sincere Buddhists, let's say. You're trying too hard. If people say, you're so much contradiction, the first thing I look at this person, him and her, and said, should I explain or should not I explain? Okay? I never assumed I will explain to you. I learned that. Make that distinction. Should I explain? Does this person deserve to be explained or not? This is what I'm teaching you. Don't try to explain things to them. Why should we? For God's sake. The harder you try, the more they resist. They don't believe. So why does it matter to me? It's your life. You want to believe whatever you want to believe, whatever works for you, I'm glad for you. If you don't believe it works better for you, I'm glad for you. You believe, I'm glad for you. It's all the same to me. What do I care? Whether you believe or not. It's you. What I'm trying to do with our Pureland Amador is help you get there. It's too much talk. Oh, she's went to the Pureland. If I were there, I'd say, how about me? What do I need to do to get there? That's my only concern. If I really believe, I said, okay, assume I believe. What do I do? Do I have to wait for you to go somewhere, Master Shenhua, to China somewhere, and then they have to call you and say, hey, Yonghua just died, will you save him? He said, no, I don't like him. What are you going to do? Huh? The Asians, they talk too much. This is what my problem with the Asians, the Koreans, the Chinese, the Vietnam people, the Japanese, they talk too much. They talk, oh, I believe Amitabha Buddha. I think the Pure Land is so wonderful. So I decide to go. I want you to be more American. MAGA, forgive me. It slips my mind sometimes. I'm a new Republican, so I'm learning, okay? The doctrines. All I care about, if it's so wonderful, how do I get there? How come the Asians never ask themselves that? Because this is where I regret that I wasn't there when Master Shenhua was still alive. Because I would have asked him, if he explained the Pure Land down the door like here, I said, okay, great Master, it's so nice. Okay, yes, it's nice of you to spend the entire week to help us recite the Buddha's name. Will I get there? Huh? Can I get there? How do I get there? That would be my questions. I don't care if the pure mind is the Pure Land. I have no idea what that means. But the Buddha says, the Bodhisattvas say that it's such a wonderful place, the best thing possible for you. I'd like to go there. I added one more aspect already for you. You can go there consider it as vacation. Amitabha is not attached to you. You go there, you leave the next day. He wouldn't care less, let me tell you. You think he's attached to you staying in the Pure Land once you get there? No, he's not. I can't speak for him, but I know him well enough. What do you think? We're so desperate we want you to go to the Pure Land? No. Go there for vacation. That's all I care. If you can. If you want to go to vacation to Europe, you need to buy the airplane. You need to have enough money to pay for the Airbnb, yeah? And food, yeah? And that's necessary for you to go. You don't want to go. Who's forcing you? Wait a minute. Europe will always be Europe. Paris, the City of Lights, Rome, and Vatican will always be there, without you. Who cares if you go or not? Grow up. The Asians practitioners are overzealous. They try too hard. Add the wrong things. Why should we spend efforts to convince you to believe? I advise you, my advice to you is that if you really have wisdom, you really have blessings, you want to go yourself. That should be number one priority for you. I mean it. What else is more important? Let them talk. Let the Chinese talk about Pure Land, how wonderful it is, and you should believe and so forth. They do whatever they want. We go to the Pure Land. You hear? That's what the Chinese have so many of them left here in China. They don't go to the Pure Land. The Vietnam, same thing. Too many in Vietnam. Because all they do is talk. And the Indians too. They are the first. Their king and queen went to the Pure Land, but they're still here. You miss the main point of this Pure Land Dhamma door. Let me remind you, is for you to go there. This lifetime, preferably. That's American Pure Land Buddhism. That's what we do. That's what we focus our efforts on. It's just like if you have a choice between going to Pure Land and becoming a Republican president, making a lot of money, cryptos, okay? And you can choose between the two. Which one would you choose? You can choose only one. Yes, sir, 5.
Thank you, Master. You said there's Indian food in the Pure Land, so I'm going.
You would not believe their vegetarian chicken. Incredible.
If they have vegetarian chicken tikka masala, I'm definitely going.
And just the right amount of spiciness.
Yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine. I was telling Morelli, because I go to, and this is not a plug, but I go to New Flavor of India in Rosemead, and it's really, really good. But their chicken tikka masala makes me sweat from the top of my head. I really like the way it tastes, but it's just like a spout.
It would never happen in our Pure Land Indian restaurant.
This is the solution. Thank you, Master. Thank you.
You get my point? My point is these Asians, they talk too much. They talk. I want to go pray, I recite Buddha, I'm so special. I feel so blissful. I say, yeah, but don't forget the main thing why we're doing this. We want to go to Pure Land because that's the best thing possible for you. If I can't go, then I want to be emperor. Okay? Yeah. You keep on talking. They only talk about how nice it is to be an emperor, how nice it is to go to Pure Land. I said, if it's so nice, show me how to be an emperor, man. Show me how to go to the Pure Land. I want to go to Pure Land. What can you do to help me? What is the matter with these Asians? I don't get it. Never crossed your mind? If it's just so nice, then how can I get there? Should be the question. You want to talk, I will recite the Buddha's name because I want to go to Pure Land. No! How do I get there? That's American Pure Land Buddhism. I'm teaching you. I don't talk too much. I'm enlightened. I'm so special. I'm so superior. You idiots. All of that, none of that can compare to going to the Pure Land, I assure you. Once you understand how wonderful it is, okay? You don't believe, go there for one moment for just to be on vacation. You'll be sold, I assure you. That's why we're not afraid for you just to look at it as a vacation. You can't care less. Vacation or not, it's your choice. You talk too much. Is that the person at DTT that I think who's going to ask the question? Yeah? Okay, last question for you.
아니 아까 하려고 했는데 잘려가지고 토마스가 정토가 방편이라고 했었는데 예전에 마스터께서 2023년도에 정토는 방편이 아니라고 분명히 말씀을 하셨고요. 네. 네, 맞아요.
That's it? Okay, very good. Next question.
Should I translate?
Go ahead, translate.
Master, no, this was continuing from previous talk Thomas was talking about something about expedient. Pureland is expedient, but from your lecture in 2023, you said it's not expedient.
그리고 지금 정토가 방편이 아니라고, 그러니까 지금 좀 전에 설명하신 모든 것들이 정토가 방편이 아니다라는 거에 대한 뒷받침되는 내용이라고 생각을 하는데 제가 그게 바르게 이해하고 있는 건지가 질문이에요. 네.
So what you just explained about everything about Pureland, is that supporting the idea of that Pureland is not expedient?
No, Pureland is real. It has even curry ice cream.
아니, 그러니까 제가 말한 것도 정토가 방편이 아니라고 한 거잖아요.
What you said about this, that you're telling me that Pureland is not expedient.
그러니까 마스터께서 정토가 방편이 아니라고 하셨고 실제라고 하셨던 것들에 대해서 제가 지금 질문한 거니까요. 네, 전 정토가 방편이라 생각 안 하거든요, 저도.
And you would not even believe the vegetarian nước mắm they have. You guys are so boring. I mean, how can you live like this? I don't get it.
Master, Jumi said she believed that Pureland is not expedient, it's real.
Okay, it's a nice belief. Just get there. Talk too much. I'm amazed at how the Asians, the Vietnam people and the Chinese people recite the names like crazy, but it never crossed their mind, how do I get there? And they're so desperate to get there. And no one told them, oh, you don't want to be desperate because it makes the Buddha look very bad. They accept desperate people. I mean, where's your head? Huh? Doesn't sound strange to you that you recite the Buddha's name in desperation? Buddha, bring me there, please. The Buddha said, really? What's your name? Jumi? Okay? It never dawned on these people. I don't get it. And they're so polite. And what's amazing to me is the Asians so polite. No one dare ask Master Shenhua, how do I get there? You help her. That woman there, it seems unfair to me. Do I need to be your kitchen manager for you to help me get to the Pureland? If that's what it takes, let me apply to become your kitchen manager. I'd be the first in line, let me tell you. I'd say, good luck to all of you. I want to be his kitchen manager. I love you as dearly, but but I want to go to Pureland first and have that nước mắm ice cream. You guys are the most boring people. I can't believe it. Huh? What is the matter with you Asians? You always beat around the bush, talk. Okay? But you never swallow. It's weird. It's the weirdest people I know. Oh. Okay, anyone else? Yes, 8. China girl.
Hello, Master. I just want to express my appreciation to you. Thank you very much to you build this community for us to have our cultivation opportunity. And this time, compared to other times I come to the temple, this time is great. Not so much supper, no fasting, and feel much more energy every day. I think I sleep for 2 weeks, and at beginning it's sleepy, but I think later it's not that sleepy. can feel much more energy. So thank you, Master. And I think compared to Chinese temples, I think I like our temple, our church-like temple, church Buddha-like temple. Energy here is good. The first day I arrived.
You going back to China soon?
Yeah.
Okay,
tomorrow.
good. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah, because I think our Buddha hall is more, compared to Chinese temple, it's more empty. And not feel so much pressure.
You ruining your chances, China girl.
Yeah, yeah, because in Chinese temple we have too much Buddhas.
Yeah, and if you hear this church, if you say the wrong things, we beat you up. What happened to Cain? Yeah, continue.
Yeah. Yeah, where are I? The first day I come here, it's a 5 hours mantra section, and before at home, I think it's very hard to handle that. But at the first step, I get in the Buddha hall here. I think I want to recite the mantra. I think it's a different energy here. Yeah. Thank you, Master. Also, I like the Wenbo Xiantong's
Morning ceremony. I know that.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you, Master.
Thank you for your feedback. Have a good trip home. Anyone else would like to say anything? Okay, so let me remind you why we're doing this. We're doing this because we're cultivating, supposedly, but cultivation to me has a purpose. You have to be clear about it and be clear in your head. Okay, you're getting all these wonderful benefits that you're experiencing is to help you develop faith. Okay, and because, look, this is what we hope will happen all over the world, where we'll be able to conduct events like this to benefit the locals. Okay, just to benefit them, that's it. Because they too will go through what you go through. That's all. And you keep on doing this, maybe someday you make it to the Pureland a lot sooner than you think. Yes, DTT.
Master, I just want to take this opportunity to thank all the Sangha in WMT, the mantra team, that it's like I remember before this, I heard them planning in DTT. It was like, oh my God, 2 weeks of Guanyin Qi and Fo Qi, plus almost a new ceremony every week, all the way to Emperor Liang in September. That's just so daunting to me, because I remember last summer, even just 1 week of Fo Qi, I remember some Suning here in the mantra team was already losing their voice. And I just couldn't imagine how it would go for 2 weeks. Plus, still, it's not the end for them. It's just so many more to come up. This is my first remote Fo Qi. I just really want to thank the mantra team in WMT of making this happen. I just cannot imagine all the efforts and sacrifice and prep going to this. I really want to thank you guys. And I know this is not the end for you. It's just like more and more coming all the way till September. So thank you.
No wonder I feel so tired already. Okay. So this is what we're doing. We hope to do more of this to help more people take advantage of it. The cultivation, we talk big. We can talk about enlightenment. We talk about rebirth of the Pure Land, all those good things. But you all get immediate benefits. Okay, your health improves. You feel better. You're less afflicted, and all the good things that happen to you naturally. Okay, and that's what I want. I'm hoping that you will experience. That is a very special community. We believe in being gooder and helping others. That's all, because we can. And this is why, hopefully in the future, we want to have more. This is why I'm training 9 of them to do this thing. And in the future, in time, they'll be spread out all over to do this, to help more people. We're very humble. We don't try to convince you. We don't try to turn you into believers. Okay? It's a good thing here. You come, you cultivate, practice with us for a little bit, and it helps you, and that's good enough for us. We're that humble. We're not trying to turn you into believers at all. Again, no interest in making you believers. It's your life. Whatever you believe or don't believe is your business. It's none of my business. I have zero interest. I tell you honestly, I don't try to convert you or convince you at all. I can't care less. You were born to Western Bliss Pure Land, great, I'm happy for you. Don't want to go there, I'm happy for you as well. Okay? It doesn't matter to me. It's just, they tried so hard to convince people. It's nonsense. Yes, JC. You don't understand what it takes to convince people. You don't even know what it takes to go to Pure Land. And now you try to convince people to go to Pure Land. It doesn't make sense to me. You can't. You aren't even sure you make it. And now you say, you should go to Pure Land. Say, oh yeah? How about you? Don't worry about me. Yes, JC.
네, 마스터 불칠 관음칠 열어주셔서 너무 감사합니다. 저는 틈틈이 조금씩 참여했었는데 그 참여한 시간 동안 너무 감사한 마음이 많이 들었고요. 제 질문은 이제 저희 아이들을 절에 한 5년 동안 계속 열심히 데리고 다녔는데 요즘에는 좀처럼 데리고 오기가 좀 힘들어져서 애들이 스케줄이 많이 생기기도 하고 그리고 조그만 상해는 이제 흔들리지가 않아가지고 제가 이거를 자연스럽게 받아들이면 되는 건지 아니면 좀 더 좋은 기회를 참여시키도록 노력을 해야 되는 건지 질문 드립니다.
Master, thank you for Fochi and Guanyin Chi. I was able to participate when I can, but thank you so much for providing this opportunity. My question is about my children. I've been coming to JC for 5 years, and these days it's a little bit difficult to bring my children because they have more busy schedules, and no longer small rewards are working for them. Do I need to make more opportunity to bring them back to the JC? Do you have any advice for this? Thank you.
I have no idea. All I know is that the schedule, the educational training schedule for the children in Korea is really very, very tough. And they're barely staying afloat, let alone for them, expecting them to go to the temple, which really doesn't help their grades at all on the surface. Okay? And so it's unreasonable for them to expect them to make time to come to the temple because they don't see any real benefits. Okay? So they, for you adults, it's easy for you because you are afflicted and you lack, you like to have a little bit of peace in your mind when you're at the temple, okay, and you can feel the difference. But for young children, they're not looking for that. They're looking for staying alive in their education system and some excitement, some boba teas or some games and playing with their friends and so forth. This is what interests them. The tempo is not high on their list, and therefore we have to be patient. Let them be. Okay, all you can do. Okay, I'm going to teach you now that I forgot to teach you last Friday. Is you as parents, you should plant hooks in them. Okay, for your children, this is why I recommend. For children, I would make sure, I'm stealing this from the Catholics. You make sure that you make them pray to Wan Yin Bodhisattva before they go to bed. Just like the Catholics are taught, Christians are taught to say the prayers before they go to bed. We should do the same thing. It is good for them. Okay? Pray the Wan Yin with them. Okay? Teach them to pray the Wan Yin. And Wan Yin Pusa, Wan Yin Pusa, Wan Yin Pusa, whatever you want, you can develop something, maybe record something to help them, okay, and so forth. I feel that we need to get our children to recite Wan Yin Bodhisattva's name before they go to bed. It's very, very helpful. We recite with them. It's something we share with them, okay, and then you teach them. And you, every now and then, they're going to ask, why are we doing this? You say, this is for your future reference, okay? This will be create blessings for you, and then in the future will give you protection, a blessing to bring good things to your life. If you're a good person, those good blessings will mature for you. If you're a bad person, those good blessings will not mature for you. Okay, number one. Number two, it's also for your protection in the future. When you find yourself in danger, you should call Wan Yin. You recite Wan Yin's name. That's it. So it's very practical for them. For example, some of them might be like panicking and say, I'm so tired, you want me to do this. It only takes 2 minutes, 5 minutes. But that little recitation with you in particular will help them charge up a lot more. Okay? Will reinvigorate them. So do it at night, and of course during the day when they're tired of something, or when you have a break, you can do that with them as well. When you, for example, you notice that they're tired from too much studying. Okay, they can't cram anymore. That's when you say, okay, let's recite the Bodhisattva's name for 5 minutes. And they're going to see the difference, how it clears their head. You have to use the Dharma to benefit people. This is my approach. The Asians talk too much. I'm a meat potatoes. I'm Republican. You need to show me results. Otherwise, I find it hard to motivate myself to do it. Okay? So you look for opportunities to teach them to recite the Bodhisattva's name. And then the opportunities where they're tired, they're so full up here, you recite the Bodhisattva's name, it will clear their heads. Okay? Highly recommended for all of you who have children. Okay? All right. That's number one. Furthermore, since this is the Fochi, let me also teach you about reciting with your parents. Your parents, you don't realize your parents, when you get to be their age, I speak from experience, the body starts decaying and it doesn't feel good inside. Okay? And therefore, when you help them recite, it gives them peace of mind, gives them a break from the constant strain they have, fighting with their decaying body. If they're in the 80s, boy, are they dying? And they can't tell you. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that, and I'll tell you more. Okay? But see, your parents, your older parents have a need. Okay? Their bodies are dying. It's getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And there's nothing they can do about it. So that's what you do. This is why you come here, you practice, so you build your kung fu, okay? So you go home and say, Mommy, let's recite Amitabha Buddha's name together. And assuming your kung fu is higher level than your mom, then you're helping your mom feel better. This is why we're doing this, folks. It's real concrete benefits. You don't realize it because you're still young. When you get old, the body doesn't feel right, but we can't tell you because you don't understand at all. But if you simply recite the Buddha's name with them, okay, will help them feel a little bit better. And next time, a little bit better. And then they also plans the blessings for them to go to the Pure Land. And you remind them, Mom, this is the most important thing left for you to do. Gotta go to the Pure Land. Do whatever it takes to go to the Pure Land. Because nothing better, no better places for you. How about that? Your cultivation is helpful to your children, to your parents. And God knows, your mom will be the last one to tell you, I'm aching, it's not working right. Because it's every day, every single hour. And they can't tell you about it. And this is one of the nicest things you can do for her. You say, let's recite the Buddha's name together. It helps you feel better for the duration. To me, all this is not blue sky up there, okay? Or X, no, blue sky, do you know? Blue sky versus X or Twitter? Never mind. You non-American people. Okay. Cultivation to me has to be practical in order for people to be willing to spend time doing it. We are all rushed for time. If there's no real benefits, we're not going to do it. This is a Dharma ending age. It's getting very bad now. In my era, we cultivate because we're taught to cultivate because it's one of the best things possible, the loftiest thing possible. Explain that to young people nowadays, they don't buy it. And this is our struggle. This is why religions are dying, because they fail to address the needs of the younger generations. In order for them to get into a spiritual life, they need to see some concrete results. And that's real to them. I saw that already 20 years ago, and that's why I started by teaching you chant. Because with chant, you make yourself feel good. You make yourself healthier. Okay? You have to be practical. That's my point to you. Okay? I don't buy into the Chinese style of talking. You keep on talking too much, Keep on talking, and it makes me jealous. They say, so Master Hsien saved someone. He's going to save me? That's my bottom line. What do I need to do for him to save me? You guys talk too much. I'm not impressed with your Asian Buddhism, Asian Chan, Asian Pureland. You talk too much. I believe. Yeah, nice for you to believe, but I want to go there. Just vacation time. Could I? Yeah, you have to be smarter. It's a different times now. It's not like my generation, we recite the Buddha's name because it's the right thing to do. We believe it right away, right? Old woman, you recite Buddha's name, you have no problems. But try to tell these young people, they only want to drink, they only want to, pizza. I don't know. They are very practical. They're very pragmatic. You cannot convince them to do things unless it benefits them. And I'm not talking about selling, okay? You have to be smart. You have to have wisdom. We're not selling Pureland Buddhism. We're not selling Chan. We're not selling American Mahayana. We're using it to help you if you want it. I hope it helps. See, that's what kills me. You people talk too much, including over there. They talk too much. I just say, just tell me, how do I get there? Huh? First question, how do I get there? Question number 2, to be continued. Yes, DTT.
Master, as you are teaching us how to get our next generation, our kids to be interested with Buddhism, I realized my parents did something that actually subconsciously, accidentally did something that planted seeds and blessing for me. Because first thing, they made it fun to go to temple. Every year we pay a family trip to Pureland. I grew up in Shanghai. Pureland is about 5-hour drive away from us. They will save up enough money. This is the only place we will go as our annual trip to go to Pureland. Pureland is like a touristy site actually in China, and that's where Guanyin Bodhisattva resides. And they have like great seafood, the best seafood I've ever had when I was a kid.
Seafood?
Seafood.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
I did not take any preset. I had no idea, right? But that they had great food, like really awesome.
This one requires
fresh.
a lot of work. Yeah.
Yes, but that so for me it's not like I'm going to cultivate or I'm going to a religious thing. I'm actually going to a great family trip with my family to Pureland. They did not associate it with any religion.
That's right. That's what my parents used to do for me as well. Okay, it's wisdom right there. Because don't talk about faith. Don't talk about stuff. Just make it something that you like. And then in doing that, you generate blessings for yourself, which will mature later. If, and this is what your parents did not teach you, if you are a good person, those blessings will mature. Okay? If you're a bad person, you get what you deserve. Okay, thank you for your input. You see, that's very practical. You have to make it fun. You have to make it something that they remember. And in doing that, you are helping them accrue blessings. And remember, the one thing that's missing in the picture is that you have to teach them to be a good person and reinforce it. It is critical. You're a good person in general. Sometimes.
I try, Master. And the second thing I think my parents did that works for me is obviously I witnessed them praying from temple to temple, donate from temple to temple. And whenever we have big family events such as, I need to go to like university entrance exam, or I need to look for a job, they also take me to Putoshan. We pray to Guanyin Bodhisattva. We pray from temple to temple. So eventually, obviously, sometimes it works.
Yeah.
That helped me build a faith.
Yeah, look at where it brought you. You end up at DTT. Wait, it doesn't sound good. Well, thank you for your input. You see, you got to make it fun, folks. Don't line up, Trust me, if whether you believe in Pure Land or not, Amitabha doesn't really care. Trust me. I assure you. You take it. You're too serious. You got it all wrong. Okay. All right. All right. Time is up. I think I want to go into this. It's too much talking tonight. Okay, thank you for your feedback.